try to put some finishing touches on our game. I kind of thought about it and decided, how can we make this final fun? And I decided maybe I should make it impossible.
We can get past the third
Well,
level
that'd
in
be
the
fun
game.
for you, but not necessarily for the rest.
10 points so we can get past your third level.
So I decided, since nobody told me there was a Dropbox for your boss thing from before, instead of a written final, we're going to do 5-minute presentations for a little game.
Oh, I'll rock that.
Now, you can use the game you've already made. I'm going to go through this in a second. So if you've already gotten to a point where you have bosses and things like that, that's fine. You can use that maybe if you need to pick up a couple of the requirements here. So I don't want you to spend substantially more time on this than you would spend studying for an exam unless you want to. Is the punchline here. Okay, so I don't want this to be a punishment. I want this to be a stress reliever. So here's the deal. So everybody is going to be giving a 5-minute presentation in class on the day of the final. I will have both the Windows and the Mac version of Game Salad up here installed, so you can, whatever you do it on, it should run. Okay? I'll make sure I have the up-to-date version of both of those. So you'll be presenting a game of your own design. Like I said, this can be an extension of the game you've already been working on that you didn't submit because you didn't tell me there wasn't a Dropbox. Or if you want to start from scratch and come in and do something, I have a kind of a ploy here at the end. You can do what you'd like. The game can be in any genre that you like. It doesn't have to be a mimic or in the spirit of what we've been doing in class. If you have a different idea or something like that, that's fine. It's your opportunity to show off. Now, I will help anyone with a promising game take it to the next level and get it published over the summer. So if somebody is interested and wants to put some time into this, or at least give a introduction of a pretty cool idea, and you want to continue working on this over the summer, I have the ability to get these up on the App Store. So we can get it up there, and you can charge whatever you want for it or make it free and put it on your resume that, hey, I have a published game, blah, blah, blah. So if that's of interest to you, just let me know. If I thought your game sucked, I'll tell you. Let's see. Your game may be an extension of the game you've already been creating for the class, or it can be a brand new design depending on the time you choose to commit, blah, blah, blah. Your game must have a minimum of the following. You have to have a minimum of 2 levels, whatever a level means in your game. Okay, so 2 scenes, let's say. Has to have a minimum of 1 music soundtrack. You can have a bunch of sounds if you want, but your game has to play some sound. There must be 2 different types of enemies, whatever that means in your game, whether it's 2 different dudes on the screen or whatever, 2 different styles of dude that act differently, not 2 instances of the same dude. Make sense? And something must die, whatever that means in your game. So if so if it was like a Mario, you can have a mushroom that gets crushed, or you can have a chainsaw fly through somebody with particle effect. So whatever makes sense in your game, something must die. Okay, now you only have 5 minutes to present your game. So, I would say come up, we'll get your game loaded real quick, tell us the name of it, and show us a running demo. If it's difficult to beat the first level, maybe have the ability to show us both levels of your game. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's right. We're talking about the final exam. It's not even a test.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a grovel. It's a game. You got to write a game.
Oh.
So memorize this.
I already had you present the game.
Huh?
I had you present.
Well, you got to make a better game than that.
Oh, I can make it better.
That was a mimic game. That was like, oh, I'm going to steal this idea that made zillions, and it's garbage. Okay.
Can I make
So,
the Punky Kitten one?
huh?
Can I make the Punky
You can make whatever you want. I have a pretty sick sense of humor. So, yeah, we've had in the past, we've had students make games that made fun of Dr. Locklear. He was one of the bosses at the end of the level, and he would sit there just murmuring to himself, computer science is problem solving, computer science is... And then he came in and then with just pwned face.
Did he come in on a Corvette?
So have fun with it. You know, I want this to be a stress reliever, but it also should be kind of a fun final exam class where we're sitting here and laughing and making jokes about everybody's game and coming up with ideas of where they might take it to the next step. So that's the scoop. So questions about the final? Make sense? Our final in here is, I believe, Wednesday at 10:10.
Yep.
So Wednesday at 10:10 a.m. in this room. Okay, I will have my laptop set up here. I'll have both a Windows virtual machine running, so you can run the Windows version of Games Out if that's what you created yours in. I'll also have a Mac version of it that we use in class. So whichever of those two you've designed your game in, you can use. I've been told the Mac version is significantly less buggy.
Yeah.
So it is on the lab machines down there.
Are they working again? Or?
They should be working now.
Okay.
All I could do is get the file and bring it here.
I would just bring your whole project on a jump drive or something like that.
Yeah.
Or email it to yourself, zip it, and email it to yourself, something like that.
Bring the zip file, okay?
Yeah. So somehow give yourself the ability to open your project on my laptop. If you have to log in and check your email, that's fine. If you want to bring a jump drive, I have plenty of USB ports, external hard drive, whatever makes you happy. Make sense? Okay, but somehow get it to campus. All right, any other questions? All right, so,
What exactly does die mean?
well, I put it in quotes. So die means whatever you think it means in relation to the genre of your game.
Like if my character dies.
That makes sense?
I can have like a special page for my character's death.
Well, I mean, there could be bonus points for relating it to Christian faith, specifically if it's gory.
The Crusades.
So,
What are you going to be, an axe thrower?
what's this?
What if you're a pacifist and want to use paint?
We'll count that, but you'll be open to ridicule.
Is this Pokemon?
To use faint instead of die. It's like the kids' video games where somebody dies, like a shot or something, like little balloons come out or something like that.
Sounds like Pokemon where the guy faints.
Well, you can do that if you want. Well, we can count that as dying if you feel strongly against violence. But remember, I'm grading it, and I like violence. So, so
Cat person or dog person?
what's up?
Are you a cat person? Or
I'm definitely a cat person.
okay, you will like mine.
Well, I can find humor in that stuff, but you know. Let's see what's okay. So let's get back to our thing and see if we can put some finishing touches on it and say we're done. So we're currently trying to do this boss level, and obviously we have the best launch music for boss level. And then this guy's got our heat-seeking missiles. Whoa! All right. So as of right now, we can't dodge those.
Even like a hit counter.
Huh?
Like 3 hits and you die.
So this guy, let's see.
Put that in your one.
Do we edit him out here? So that's where he moves up. Once he gets to that position, he starts spawning dudes. We can have him spawn dudes less often, but that's not really the problem. Why don't we do this? We were messing around with recursion last time. We had our monster drones, and we have our drones spawning off other drones every 0.3 seconds. Let's change that to 1 second. We might just take that whole spawn thing out. We were just using it as an example. We might just use that as our example from recursion. Whoa! Oh, that's because they're still. So we're going to do this. We're going to go into Monster Drone. He's no longer going to spawn crap because we're just going to decide that's stupid. And we'll just have our boss spawn things slightly quicker. Every half second, he'll spawn something. Because otherwise, we're playing around with this dynamic of once things pass us and they spawn something, it's firing back towards us, so never actually getting destroyed. And I didn't even make it past the first lane. Maybe we do need to make it a 1 second. Yeah, it was too fast. Rapid fire. We'll just make it the 1 second for now, since we can do plenty of testing with that. Okay, so we'll leave it 1 second. Now we have to decide what it is that he's firing. We can't have him firing white boxes. So what makes sense for our monster to be firing?
The minions from Despicable Me. He's a monster. The
That is not a bad idea.
Tribbles from Star Trek.
who?
The Tribbles.
I know that name. I don't know what that is.
Minion
Tribbles?
Did you ever see the original?
images.
I've seen all of
Like the
6.
60s?
I have not seen like
Oh, like the TV series.
So maybe this guy kind of like a
the
missile?
Star Wars series in the 60s.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like in missile position, isn't he? Yeah, he's ready to go.
Did you see
All right.
Into Darkness?
Star Trek?
Yeah.
You said Star Trek or Star Wars?
The Star Trek. Into
Oh,
Darkness.
Star Trek. Okay, I thought you meant Star Wars. No, I have not seen any of that stuff.
Star Trek.
I don't
Yeah,
know
the
what
Tribbles.
I don't know what the Tribbles are. I know their name.
Was that's just what it looks like?
The little furry.
There we go.
Constantly.
Okay, so let's go ahead and alpha this, and we'll go ahead and rotate him in here.
Yeah.
Like that. All right, we're gonna have to do a little selecting down here, I think. Don't make this weird. It's not weird, it's just awkward. Well, that could be like the whew. All right. Well, I guess. All right, we're going to call that good. Then we need to rotate them. All right. And then we probably also want to shrink him. Whoa, that is a big old dude. So let's make him 70 by 62.
That'll do.
All right. Just go ahead and save that, even though it's like a crazy long, weird file name. Let's get into Game Salad. Let's go to Images. We will drag that guy in there. There's our little minion. Why don't can we rename him? Or do we have to use this crazy name? I guess we're using the crazy name. All right, so monster drone. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because we can just drag it up there. Fires these guys. Let's see what that looks like now. Oh, I think those are too small.
Yeah.
How big are our drones? Size. Oh yeah. Let's make it 70, but what was it?
62.
62? Perfect. Alright. So we're going to say that's good. Now we want it to spawn closer by like his hand and behind him. So we're going to have him spawn this guy in back of actor at a direction of 180 to him. And let's do we have to do a negative number here? I'm going to put in 100. That should be pretty far away from him, but that'll at least tell us what it looks like. And we're going to have him come in at 200 just so we don't have to wait as long as we're testing this. Okay, other direction. Although the distance is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Negative 100. Oh man, and now he's too fast there.
He's also being shot backwards.
Are they? Yeah. Killing me. So we need. Why is he being shot backwards?
The direction.
So we need to have it go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that guy's hitbox is huge. All right, so let's slow those down a little bit. Well, actually, that's. Here, 500 should be all right. Now they'll just be minion-based annoyances. Man, how big is their hitbox?
He did go off the screen too, though.
All right, we need to. Oh, that's not the. We need to change their physics up a little bit. And I think we really need to make this. Let's do 50 by 45. And then we're going to their physics. Let's make their collision shape a circle. A little less boxy. Alright, we got this. Okay. Now, we need to make our dude shoot. Okay, we already know what he shoots. He shoots ninja stars, right? We don't need to come up with a new thing for that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to edit our guy here. We're going to add a rule.
You just missed it.
The rule says actor receives key pressed spacebar. When it's down, we should be spawning something. We're going to spawn actor. Well, this might actually be kind of interesting. We're going to spawn player ammo, but we already have player ammo accelerating in a certain direction, so we might need to rotate it to mimic what it was doing before. Because right now it goes down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see what this. Let's just see what it looks like. It'll just fire while we're holding it. I like you and I always just make eye contact. I like that. putting up my Ninja Star force field. Oh man, that would be awesome. You can set up this wall and the minions come through and just get shredded. And I think we might want to do that.
No bloody fingers.
It's like that's a bloody minion. It's like blender.
Minion massacre.
That can be
That's a sound effect.
They can make that little sound effect they make when they
All right.
go to the shredder.
So we need to make these guys go in a certain direction. Do we not have our? Oh, we just let gravity
Yeah.
affect our those actors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we want it to fly in a certain direction. We're going to go into player ammo. Now, we need to be careful here because if we... I'm going to create a global variable. The global variable is going to be... just make it simple here. Just call it should fire. And initially it's false. When we're on this level, this guy's going to switch it to true.
All right.
That way we can tell our player ammo to fire to the right when that's true. Otherwise, just let gravity make it drop. Okay, so this should make our first level still be legit. All right. But on our boss level, this guy, the very first thing he'll do is he's going to change an attribute. What attribute? Our games should fire attribute to true. Now we're going to teach our player ammo what to do when that's true. So if the games should fire attribute is set to true, then we want to accelerate our actor. We might have to mess with the direction of this.
You don't want to go with 0.
You think 0? Well, okay, let's see what it does. And let's do it at 300. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, they are moving, right? Oh man, that's gonna suck. Okay, so we need to not accelerate. Oh,
Should we just create a different ammo using the same or
We-
different actor for the ammo?
yeah, we
for the boss
could,
levels?
but we still want it to spin.
Well, you could still.
Put it on
You
the
could keep
same
like the
stuff.
same.
Ninja Star spin.
You could keep the same rotation,
Could you-
but because you've just got it set to.
Oh,
Rotate.
right. Let's do it relative to the scene. That might make the difference.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. There we go. Sorry for the go. Okay. Now we probably want it to spawn a little bit farther out in front of them. So when we spawn that guy, where's my spawn?
There.
Let's spawn behind the actor at a direction of 50. That's not. Yeah, that's kind of the wrong box, right?
Yeah.
This should be the 50. Whoa, wrong one. This is what we get when we start rotating everything. Okay. That might be negative 50 actually. Yep. Although that is kind of how if you've ever watched Star Trek, the Klingon birds of prey, they do kind of fire from like the back.
Yeah.
That's kind of sort of makes sense, but now we'll change it. Just because we don't want to have any copyright violation stuff. They're too far out front. Okay. Now, we need to teach those guys how to, well, we need to teach our boss guy how to get hit by those. And we also need to teach our ammo how to get destroyed if it hits that boss guy, only if actually, it shouldn't make a difference because the opportunity to hit this guy only exists when you're on this scene. I was going to say we could teach our player ammo how to get destroyed when it hits this guy only when should fire is true, but we don't even need to do that because of the nature of our game. So we'll add a rule here. The actor overlaps or collides with an actor of type monster, then we'll get destroyed. That's what happens to this dude. Make sure that's functioning. Alright. Now we need our boss to be able to get hit by those guys. So we'll create a rule. Actor overlaps or collides with actor of type player ammo. He should get hurt. We don't know what getting hurt means yet, but for right now, I think it'd be cool if we made him flash red. Wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How can we do that? I want to just try something here real quick.
We did get the Ewoks to do that. So.
Oh, don't want to change the alpha. That's see-through. Man, he looks pissed. Look at that.
Where'd the hair go?
Well, because, yeah, actually, it's gonna be really cool. Towards the end, when he's like almost dead, he's just gonna go in like savant mode. He's gonna turn red constantly. And oh, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, who?
Have him turn red and grow before he died.
Seriously. Okay, so we gotta go back in here. So we want him to flash red real quick. So if that happens, so let's get our. These were all one, correct? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create a timer. Actually, this will be interesting. We're going to change some attributes. Actually, is there a change color? Do we have one of those? Yeah, let's change attribute. Monsters, color, green is 0. Monsters, color, blue is 0. Then I'm going to switch them back to 1. This should happen linearly. I want to find out if we can actually see the flash. Otherwise, we might have to put a timer around these. Let's make sure that the logic was working in the first place. Let me take the switching it back out. So now when he gets hit, he should just turn red. Let's make sure that at least works. Okay. So then what we'll do. Well, yeah, you actually probably. He's red when he gets hit. When he's not being hit. Well, let's try it. Logically, it makes sense that should work. Whether or not we would see it flash red or not is the better question. Yeah, you see him flash a little bit. But yeah, what I want to do
You want to make it bigger.
I'm going to take the otherwise out. So now I'm going to put a timer in here. After we flash them red, we're going to have a timer that says after, well, let's do 2 seconds first, run to completion, we'll change them to 1. Okay, and that should only happen 1 time. It's a long 2 seconds. It's
Well, after the last guy hit him.
let's do 0.5 seconds. Oh, it's because they keep hitting them. I just need to fire once. So actually, maybe the otherwise made more sense because at least showed him flickering.
You could just set the timer to like 0.1 seconds. See it.
Let's do 0.01. See if we can notice that. Okay. So let's do, well, we'll try 0.1. Alright, that seems legit. Okay. Now this guy needs to have some number of hit points, right? So he can take damage. So we're gonna build into this guy an attribute. Oh, I have to add him in the prototype. So this guy will have a hit point integer. And let's set this to 100. This is a boss, right? And every single time he takes a hit, we're going to decrement that. Change attribute. Monster's hit points equal to whatever it currently is minus 1.
Well then. Click the wrong one.
Did I? Are you lying?
No, because you're going to try to set self-color green to hit points minus 1.
Oh. Perfect. It's testing you. Hit points. Minus 1. And now we don't know how many hit points he has.
Like 50.
Makes
Yeah.
it interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to set it to 10 for right now so we can actually see him die.
Maybe.
You need to put the destroy thing in first.
Yeah, I will. So we're going to have a second rule. This is take hit. So we'll throw a rule in here. If attribute, monster's hit points, is less than or equal to 0, then we'll just have him get destroyed right now. And then we'll make that a little bit more interesting. Alright. So we successfully killed him, but now when we kill him, well, we will eventually move to the next level. We don't want him just to disappear. We want it to be a,
Boom.
yeah, something awesome, right? So, see, what should it be? Oh, I have an awesome idea. I wonder how we can pull this off. Okay, hold on. Let me Well, this could actually be really cool. What is the name of this guy? Okay, it's just Monster. Do I still have him here? Okay. What I'm going to do here, we're going to modify our monster a little bit. Well, actually, let me look at what size we had him set at. We'll just make sure we're working with the same size. 200 by 185. Okay, so there's the actual size of our monster. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two versions of our monster. Well, two halves of our monster. So we're going to have monster left, monster right. And we're going to actually put the two monsters together on the screen and have that come up so he looks like a single monster. And upon death, we're going to have him basically split open and have a mini monster inside who's going to keep attacking you. Right? Does that make sense? Mini. Oh, no, we'll have a minion in there. That's why he was firing minions. That's what would be messed up. It's almost like reverse cannibalism. You guys ever heard that in one of your classes here before?
That's a new one.
Those words right next to each other.
That's a new one.
All right.
Purple one is the second one.
Okay, so we need to split him in half. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off. We're going to call that the halfway point right there. So I'm going to copy that. Actually, yeah, I copied it. Now I'm going to cut it. That's his right half.
Ah.
Okay? So we're going to export this. Monster right to downloads. Then I'm going to create a file, new from clipboard. There's his left half. We'll export this. Monster underscore left. Okay. So now we have the two pieces of that guy. Go back to Game Salad. Let's bring both of those pieces in. Here's left. And here's, actually, hold on, I need to go back to the right one here for a moment.
It's just called Monster now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna export it. Well, hold on. Did we do it right?
Yeah, we did it right.
Yeah, we did.
Oh well, so yeah, it's the same problem exists. I need to. It probably wouldn't make a huge difference, but there's still monster over here, even though we don't see him. So we need to. Oh, actually, we need to go this direction. There we go. We've officially separated the monster now. Okay. So we'll bring monster right in here.
Nope.
Where's
Right.
monster?
There.
Okay. Now on our scene, let's just try to have those two guys put together initially. Ha! Awesome. All right, so we're going to take all these rules. Actually, what we're going to do here is we're going to it's a little bit of a stupid way of doing it, but we're going to do it anyways for the sake of time. I'm going to I just want to copy everything.
Can you just change the alpha until it's been destroyed?
Can I do what?
Change the alpha until it's been destroyed, make it transparent. And then,
Oh, just have it sitting there.
yeah.
That's a pretty good idea. Man, I've taught you guys well. All right, so we need to make sure he's in the same position though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so ultimately, the original guy gets to position wherever he's currently at on X to 131. So he's at position 415, blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, hold on. No, we move him to, 413. We move him to 42. We need to make this guy at 413, 131. That's where those two pieces need to be. All right, so 413, 131. Okay, this part might be a little weird because I'm only dealing with half of it.
Yeah.
Let's see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, so it needs to be, okay, we're going to do it this way. We're going to move this guy to 413, 131, and then we're going to overlay. And then we're going to move the other guy away.
Can you set the other one to 413?
131, and he'll be right.
Set, like, align the other guy and just, like, put him to that position.
Is that where he'll ultimately be?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good idea. Is that right? Okay, let's just run it real quick with him still standing there. Okay. So now we need to make these two guys have an alpha, right? So we're going to set their color, their alpha, to 0. So initially you can't see them. You can still click him though. Yeah, he's still there.
Thank you.
All right. Now, as soon as he comes in, when we go and we kill him, actually not when he kill him, when he first comes to the right level, there's the 131 rule. This. So when we start his timer to start firing stuff, we're also going to change an attribute. So this is something, we're actually going to do something here we haven't done in a while. We're going to change something that belongs to the scene.
Yep.
The current scene, layers, background, monster left, color, alpha to 1. So this is unhide left monster. And we need to unhide right monster. So that is current scene, layers, background, monster right, color, alpha. It's also 1. All right, so if this worked correctly, he should be invisible at first. When this guy comes in, we shouldn't notice anything's happened. When he dies, though, a monster should still be standing there. All right, monster's still staying there. Now, upon death, we want these two parts to start moving away from each other. All right, so let's do that piece. So when this guy dies, here's the destroy. We're going to accelerate. No, we can't do it like that.
Change the attribute for the.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of a crummy way to do it. But
We'll do it inside of a timer. We're in our final minute. Well, here, just for the sake of the final minute, change attribute. Our current scenes, layers, background, monster left, position on X to be whatever it currently is minus 50. Position on X minus 50. All right, that should at least show us the egg splitting. All right. So when that happens, now we're gonna have our little minion in there, kind of rise up, and then maybe plop down, and the monster squishes, and then he starts just raining like something crazy. Okay, that's the real boss fight. All right, I will see everybody on Wednesday.
Litmus?
You're not gonna do it,
No.
coward.
I have it at 7:30 and at 6 p.m. that day.
So you're gonna study in the middle. Oh, all right.
This ought to be fun.
so, with the whole boss level that
Huh?
I submitted a second assignment under number 7. So
Oh,
I can get
that's
it.
fine. I mean, I won't. I'm actually not gonna even grade them. We'll just be part of your final thing.
Alright.
So,
So that's what you mean by two types of enemies?
huh?
One regular and one boss.
See the
That could be. I mean, you have to have a minimum of 2 types of enemies. So you could have a, unless it makes sense for your game to have more.
Hey Professor, if,
Yep.
First of all, you told me that it will be like something related to Java and all. So I was like studying.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. And another thing is, if we compromise on the graphics and work more on the game thing, is it good or we have to like? Cause
No, I think that's fine.
I'm working on Windows, so it's like a difficult thing.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Just, I'm not going to grade you on how good it looks. So I'm interested in more of the game mechanics and that kind of stuff. So if you have a good idea for a game and just, don't want to go through the headache of making it look good, that's fine.
That's cool. So I was like, I brought up my midterm exam. like, hey, come on, need to.
Well, that's good. That'll help you for next semester.
Yeah, for sure. So, thank you, Professor. See you.
Yeah, later.
Oh god, I just came to the class and we started laughing. So, there you go.
I don't know when it's been, but my roommates just seem to not be able to get up in time for their classes, which they'll jump in the shower and then I won't have any time. So.
Probably